There is widespread misunderstanding among the Indian public that India is a federal country, which of course is not true. America is expressly federal by its constitution because its states have independence to a great extent. They have their own constitutions, their own flags, and elected by and ruled by elected governors, and their names, status, extent cannot be altered by the American president, which is called Congress, without written consent of the states. There is another misnomer or misunderstanding spread among Indian public is that India is a parliamentary democracy, which too is not a truth. India is not parliamentary democracy like the UK, where there is an elected parliament and elected prime minister. There is no elected president. Hence, UK is parliamentary democracy, but America and India are presidential democracies having their own elected presidents. India, as we all know, has an elected president and an appointed prime minister. As such, India is not parliamentary democracy. It is presidential democracy. It is only a misnomer to call Bharath as federal. The central ministers are called the union ministers, or combinedly the union cabinet and the government union government. It is neither federal government nor the ministers federal ministers. Bharat is sovereign democratic republic. As per the preamble and union of states in terms of Article 1. Union of states means and denote unified state as constituting Bharat. The word federal has not been used anywhere in the constitution of Bharat. There is no wrong in being federal for any country, but its constitution should be drafted as such. Otherwise, the conflicts and division of the country become imminent. K.T. Shah, a communist member in the Constituent Assembly, during constitutional debates, has proposed to add socialist, secular, and federal into the preamble of the constitution, to which Dr. Ambedkar has stoutly opposed and succeeded in his opposing. As such, now calling India a federal is an insult to Dr. Ambedkar. Indira Gandhi too, through 42nd constitutional amendment, added only socialist and secular through Article 368. Where from this federal has come and why? Does the Supreme Court or any other have the right to introduce words in the Constitution without amending the Constitution under Article 368? No. And especially the preamble being the objects clause of the Constitution, altering it under 368 too is an offense, is illegal. So even without that, unfortunately, the Supreme Court added the word federal, which is having its own toll. States are fighting against states. States are fighting against the center. There are widespread disputes among states and the center, which ultimately may lead to bifurcation of the country. Under Indian Constitution, states do not have any special rights as the states in the United States of America. States do not have their own constitutions. They are elected by nominated governors. And their names, shapes, extent, boundaries, etc., everything can be obliterated by the parliament. The states do not have even right of existence. They can be merged with neighboring states or they can be divided or subdivided into any states. As such, states in India do not have any right. As such, India is unitary but not federal. Bharat is unitary because uni is only denotes only one. That President of India is the only elected executive in India. All others are elected to the legislatures, but not as executive. As executive, elected person, elected authority in India is only the president. As such, to sum up, the constitution did not use anywhere the word federal. Dr. Ambedkar has opposed to including socialist secular federal into the preamble of the constitution. And the administrative features or the constituting features of India are true or not federal. They are unitary with an elected president as a presidential democracy.